So, I'm sat here in the bedroom. I've just finished editing the second video. I noticed in probably over half the video there is very, very loud background music. I didn't realise how loud it was and how loud it's going to be on the playback. So, unfortunately for this video, it has to stay. But in the future, I will make sure to turn music off before recording anything, especially when I'm talking, because it absolutely is so hard to hear me and understand that. I'm going to try my best to subtitle everything. Hello, we're back again, another week later, weekend number 2, working on my E30. You can see I'm not holding the camera anymore because my girlfriend's decided to join me and she's going to be filming. So yeah, I think today's focus is welding up the spare wheel well, and then depending on how far we get with that or how fast that goes, I might try to repair the boot seal locator, I suppose, holder thing. Or maybe just cut out one of the arches, the rear arches, and start trying to figure that out. I was thinking last week when I discovered there's a rust hole right here, a very big one. It's like the size of my palm. There you go, these little fingers. When I discovered that, and I know I'm going to have to be welding there now, I thought about dropping the fuel tank, and then I thought if I'm dropping the fuel tank and welding up the boot, I might put a fuel cell in there. And then I thought, if I put a fuel cell in the boot, I don't need a fuel flap. So then I thought, I'll just weld it up. Nice solid panel, and then it will look the same on both sides. Yeah, that's my thought process. Because this is rusty anyway, it needs replacing. So I'll just get rid of it, but I haven't decided yet. Fuel cells are expensive. Do you want me to say what I'm doing? You do? Copper weld through primer, or weld primer around there, because obviously going to be welding. It didn't have weld through primer on before, which is why I cleaned it off. And now I'm putting some weld through primer on. It's coming out a bit thick, but it's very thick. Leave that to dry. Obviously, this is the plate that we prepared last week. Or, as I like to say, one I prepared earlier. It's got a bit of surface rust on it for obvious reasons. It's been sat around for a week. So, wire brush and drill, cleaning up the edge, and then I'll spray that with weld-through primer. I'm only doing the edge right now because obviously it's the only part that's going to be overlapped. So I can then, once it's welded in place, clean up the rest of it, primer it. got the wire out. spot welded this in, and now it's going to be a very slow process of packing it from place to place until I get all the way around, and then grind it back and seam sealer it.
This one out is fine.
So at this point, I'm still very naive to how long these things take me and how much I think I'm going to be able to get completed in each episode. But in the next ones, it starts to become a bit more realistic and I actually get done what I say I'm going to get done. This one was just much longer than I anticipated. So this bit, I'm really proud of that. It's wicked. That's some good welds for someone that is really guessing. But here I've run into a bit of a problem. This tack weld didn't hold and it is lifted away from the plate, and now I've got a big gap that I need to try fill. But yeah, not really sure what I'm going to do. I might try cut it down and redo it. I think that's probably what I'm going to do now. Look at that, big old fire. That's underseal. So, welded most of it up. There's bits that I'm really proud of, where the welds look nice. I think that's my best bit out of all of it, to be honest. Just got this little bit, a couple inches to go, and then I will let it cool down, grind all the welds back, see if there's any gaps, holes, whatever, fill them in, grind it back again if I'm happy with it, seam seal around this edge, then get underneath it, grind, wire wheel all the underseal and stuff off it there, seam sealer the bottom side, and then let the seam sealer dry, prime it, and I think that'll be me done for the day. Oh, loads, mate. Finger sander, high spots, get rid of those, and then wire wheel it all to get rid of any corrosion or whatever, and seam sealer. Do I primer before seam sealer, Matt?
Yes.
Yeah, primer and then seam sealer, so be a bit of waiting in between, but yeah. So after this time lapse is when the background music starts to get really bad. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, I'm gonna really pay attention to it from now on. What I don't really explain here is that primer that I'm using is epoxy primer, which is really good for rust protection. The top side of the boot that I covered it with primer has been really good and not rusted at all, but I think I didn't clean the bottom side enough and it's ended up getting a bit of surface rust. So at some point in the next 1 or 2 videos you'll see me wire wheel all that off again, and then I'll clean it with some brake cleaner or some panel wipe properly before applying that again, so that it just doesn't rust anymore. But yeah, again, apologies for the music in the background. For that to dry, I'm going to clean up the underside, get the surface rust off it and primer it. It can be stored outside and won't be a bother.
How's it going?
Good. Very good. I've got most of the outer edge cleaned up. The penetration on my weld is absolutely awful. It's like nothing. But that doesn't matter because this isn't going to take any force up. It's only going to take force down. So in my head, that is problem non-existent. There's a lot of trimming that I still have to do. There's over here, that ledge needs to go to the same level as the floor, and over here this ledge needs to go to the same level as the frame rail, and then I'd probably leave the tow hook because I am most definitely going to need that at some point, but I do need to trim around that. How I'm going to do that, couldn't tell you, but we are making progress. There's a lot of soot on this because I set it on fire a couple of times, as you probably saw. But yeah, making progress. This fuel filler neck is stressing me out. Well, it was stressing me out when I was welding because it caught fire right above it, and it's quite crusty at the top. And obviously, petrol vapors are very flammable. So I think I got lucky. For doing the inner arch, there's a massive hole here. Oh, I can probably show it. But let me grab the phone. Yeah, that hole there, obviously, is what, 2 inches? Oh, it's not focused. There, it's like 2 inches away from the fuel filler neck. So welding that up, I most definitely have to take the fuel tank out and drop it, which means I will probably put a fuel cell in it. Through. Did you start filming already?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, don't worry about it. I've just rubbed through here, and actually underneath all this underseal, it looks really good, which is nice. There's a couple of places on the frame rails that look a bit crusty, but I will be stripping all the underseal off it at some point and re-undersealing it just to make sure that the chassis obviously is fine. Because I don't want to do any more bodywork ever. I think I'm at the point now where I'm maybe 5% through all the bodywork and welding I should do, and I have decided that I never want to do it again, which is also definitely not going to be the case because I really like old cars. So you know, I want another E30 already. So I've got a lot more to look forward to. That one, if I ever get another E30, you can hold my word to it, that is getting a 3-rotor turbo. And I will, that is good, yeah, that's going to be a show car. 3-rotor turbo show car, because I don't want to abuse a rotary. U-pole. grey stripe, brushable seam sealer, Halford Special. Basically, you're just going to brush a bead round where the welds are, just to make it watertight, I suppose. Need to figure out how to open this. This is the correct tool for the job. See, told you. Easy as that. And a brand new brush. How much is for me to lick it? Is it toxic?
Probably.
Yeah, I'm not licking that.
No.
Thanks.
Don't forget to take the thing off the brush.
I'll throw that in a bin in a minute. Probably a bit much, but it's okay. We want it to be watertight, so a nice thick layer around the whole thing. This actually goes on quite nicely. This is making me very happy because it all looks so uniform underneath here that no one will even know how terrible of a welder I am. It looks beautiful. So yeah, great success. So that I think marks the end of this episode. I think that's it. It's going to be 2 weekends. Yeah, I've done a lot, to be fair, more than I was expecting. Obviously, it looks quite finished with the bumper on, and you can't see the jagged edge. Obviously, when I get the body kit and stuff, that'll look even better because there'll be a full bumper. But inside the boot, we have cut out everything, so it's quite solid. So yeah, I'm happy with that. As you can see, there's a lot more that needs to be addressed in here. Yeah, but that is it. Thank you for watching, and look forward to the next one. Not sure when that will be, but hopefully next week.
I nearly fell.